Alright guys, so you've been following the thread on RFC. This is my V2 17 Mach 2 bolt. I've been working on this for a couple months, and I've had it here for a few weeks, but with life I've just been able to get to it today and look at it. So what this is a basic Ruger 1022 bolt. There's a stock Ruger bolt right there. And what we did is, after a couple iterations, figured out the best way for us with the machines we had and the time we had to get weight in was to wire EDM a hole out of the back of the bolt. You can see where that's solid on the stock bolt, and we cut this square shape with a wire EDM machine out and then dropped in a tungsten block. The idea, if you're not super familiar with it, is with a heavier bolt you can shoot Mach 2 ammo, which has higher pressures. If you were to put Mach 2 barrel and ammo and use it with this bolt, it would be a train wreck. It's uncontrollable and it's dangerous, frankly. So there are some other options for Mach 2. This is a Volquartsen bolt, and you can see they did basically the same thing we did, or they went at that same piece of the bolt, but they have an even bigger piece of tungsten. Well, actually it's not bigger, we'll get to that in a minute. It's not heavier, and they bolted that on. I don't quite know why they bolted it. I don't really like that, and a lot of the machinist friends of mine don't really like that, but it's definitely a good bolt, and it's kind of the standard for Mach 2. There's another chap on the forum, 22 Silencer, awesome dude out of the Pacific Northwest, and he came up with one, and he didn't have the wire EDM, so he drilled it out. He drilled out a bolt and put 4 slugs in here. For just a sheer weight standpoint, this is pretty excellent. He did a great job. And what do I mean by weight? Let's get to that right here. So we got a scale here. I got it in grams, just because that's probably the most nuanced that I can get with this scale. And that's a stock Ruger bolt. So you see that's 176.9. The sort of best example of a production 17 Mach 2 bolt, this is the Volquartsen. Get it to stand up there. That's 120.4. That's what we were going with ours. That was our target, was 120. So get that off there. You can see the 22 Silencer bolt, 230 even. So he got 10 extra grams with this approach, which heavier is better. There's no doubt in my mind. I really believe that. And then this is ours, and you'll see that is 123.2 or 223.2, excuse me. So we are right at the Volquartsen weight. And I'm happy with that. I would like to figure out a way to get more weight into this, because I do think heavier is better, but that's kind of further down the road. A few other things that we did to this bolt, obviously we engraved it, 17 Mach 2, and my buddy is not a gun guy. He's a machinist. He does a lot of aerospace and defense stuff, and a lot of motorcycles too. He's gotten into that, and he didn't have a receiver. So let me get this in there. So you can see that's how it sits in the receiver, and it's a little too high on the bolt, the engraving. So we're gonna bring that a few millimeters down. I have 6 of these that I'm gonna make, and I want to get them out there to guys on the forum, because I'm curious how they shoot, and I want feedback. And really, there's a lot of expertise there. So that's something we did. It's got to be lowered. That's just kind of window dressing, though, frankly. The other thing we did is we pinned it. Let me see if you can see that. My light's not really great here. But anyway, we did that classic mod. There you go. You can see it in there. We ran a pin to take the up and down motion out of the firing pin. you know, so it can't jump up and down. This is our first one. That's a little high. I want to get that down a little more. More importantly, we trued that bolt face. So if you, let me see. So like these are shot, these are dirty. I just finished shooting. I'm going to show you some high speed in a second here. But like it's hard to see, but you can see, sorry about the light on this video, guys. It kind of sucks. But there we go. There we go. You can see the face difference on there. You can see the shine on this where he squared up that face compared to the stock bolts we were dealing with. So he trued up that bolt face, and then he ran, while making it true, he made sure the head spacing was a perfect 0 or 0.43, or 0.43 rather. So it's sort of head spaced perfectly. Yeah, and that's the tungsten. That's held in there with epoxy. With it's basically like a Loctite. It's like a Loctite black, I think. That's never getting out of there. Like even with heat, that's there forever. And that's kind of what we're at. So we just shot it, or I just shot it, and did it with a stock trigger. That Timney that I was using in some other videos got put into a dedicated gun that is not here right now. That I don't really want to take it apart, and I actually think too, though it's not apples and oranges with all the other videos of different Mach 2 bolts I've shot, the stock trigger I believe has a heavier hammer spring, so that's also going to give you a little more performance boost. So yeah, this is it. I'm going to show you some high-speed video of it shooting. A few things that we're going to tune up. We're going to make that firing pin a little better. That firing pin bolt, make sure that's touched a little better. And then also you can see this here, like it's a work in progress. It's not totally flush, like there's a recess there. I don't quite know why he did that. This machinist is an old friend of mine, and he's awesome, but he's 5 hours away, so our communication hasn't been fantastic. But we're gonna get that flush here. So yeah, so that's it. It shoots good. I'll put in a target with the up here right now, so flash, it's on the screen. This was not me really trying at 50 yards. This was actually while I was running the bolt fast, as you'll see in this video. I just kind of got steady and held her on a 50-yard green monster bull, and put it on there. So, and there's been no real accuratizing of the gun. I've got my sort of trusty old carbine stock. You can see there's like no bedding in that. The barrel floats, but not perfectly. So anyway, I'm going to show you a target, but accuracy is not what we're talking about here. We're looking really at bolt function. Accuracy will come later. So yeah, thanks for following this thread. I find this stuff endlessly fun, endlessly fascinating, and I hope you do too. Thanks a lot.